All right, hello and welcome to all the Spurs fans watching on Chris's channel. This is Mike here from the Matchday Vlogs YouTube channel. The channel that gives you an insight to what it's like to be a Southampton fan. We vlog all the home games at St Mary's and occasional away games, so you can check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the ones out there. So go and check us out there. Chris has asked me to give you a preview and insight into a Southampton perspective, and has sent me some questions which I'm going to go through right now. Right, question one. What have I made of our season so far? In all honesty, it's a bit of a mess, to be quite frank with you. We've obviously had two changes of manager. Ralph Hasenhüttl being sacked after the Newcastle game back in November last year. And then the period of Nathan Jones where, well, I think enough's been said about that. And then we had the January transfer window where we brought in players to play direct football, which is what Nathan Jones was aiming to do. And now we snack Nathan Jones and we're back to a Ralph style of football with Ruben Sellers, where we've, now we're back to Bednarek in defence, and we're struggling. It's been inconsistent. Do I think we'll stay up? I think it's so tight down at the bottom. I mean, if we got a win against Brentford, we would have been out of the relegation zone. I mean, that's how mad tight it is. There's like 5 points separating like 12th to the bottom of the league. So anything's possible. I'm not going to stop believing until it's mathematically impossible. So we'll just have to wait and we'll see on that. What have I made of the Spurs season? I have to say, our first game was against you guys at the Tottenham Stadium, and that was a pretty immense performance. We lost 4-1 after taking the lead from James Ward-Prowse, but really, you guys dominated that game, and it's kind of looking very, very good. But ever since, I mean, it's kind of been a bit up and down. I thought you looked very good against Chelsea in that home win you had recently, but your form away from home has been a little bit shaky. So I guess it's not been a great season for you guys, yet you have been in the Champions League, however brief that was. Which Spurs players worry me the most? Which Spurs players don't worry me? Son, Harry Kane, Kulusevski, and actually Højbjerg as well, former Southampton player. No, I mean, I think the big one would be Harry Kane, because he's so prolific. He's having an amazing season. I mean, if Erling Haaland wasn't in the Premier League, he'd be Golden Boot right now. So it's crazy the seasons he's having. What is your best memory from a Southampton Spurs game? That's an easy one for me. It's actually the vlog that I've got pinned on the front page of my channel. So if you go to the YouTube page for Matchday Vlogs, it's right there. It's the 3-2, which was last season, where it was all kind of back and forth. And eventually coming out on top with 3-2 winners, especially with that VAR decision being switched at the end, making sure it wasn't a draw. But I won't give away why it was so special to me. I saved that for you guys to go and have a look on the video, because it was an emotional night for me. So yeah, fond memories of that one. Would any Southampton players get into Tottenham starting 11? If so, who? I think there's an obvious one. I don't really want to say it because I don't want to tempt fate. We're all terrified of him leaving. Should the worst scenario happen, yeah, I mean, James Ward-Prowse would be an obvious one. I think Kyle Walker-Peters, former Tottenham player, is a phenomenal right back. I mean, seriously, what are you guys thinking letting him go? Phenomenal player. And also Romeo Lavia, holding midfield position. And maybe those three, I say, would be the main ones, really. Have you been impressed by Kyle Walker-Peters since he joined? I think I've just answered that one in my last question. But yeah, immense. I mean, I think the great thing about Kyle Walker-Peters is he can play on the right side and the left side, which has helped us out tremendously, especially with Tino Livramento coming in the right back position. Kyle Walker-Peters then switched over to the left, and it was kind of a seamless transition. Fortunately, Tino's been injured for about a year now, so Kyle Walker-Peters has been back on the right side. But yeah, phenomenal player. Plenty of clubs have come sniffing around for Kyle Walker-Peters, so it's not really a surprise. I'd be offended if they didn't, put it that way. Who should Spurs fans be looking out for on Saturday? Now, I've actually got my suggested team sheet here, so I'm just going to bring it up now. Here we go. This is the 11 that I think will start, having rested Romeo Lavia against Brentford, with Diallo moving in there. I can see Lavia starting. Stuart Armstrong out on the wing here. This could either be... It could be Elianusi, it could be Theo Walcott, but I just think with those two performances in the week that perhaps Stuart Armstrong may get a start and favoured in that role. Shea going up top rather than Paul Nuacho, mainly because I think we won't really be playing with a striker in this game. I think we'll be sitting back and waiting on the counter-attack, playing with like a false nine kind of setup. So I think that will be the mindset. Shea isn't really an out-and-out striker. I mean, goals are our massive issue at the moment. We scored 20 Premier League goals all season. It is a massive worry. We've conceded 42, and that's where the problem lies, really. But we've had 7 goals in the Premier League since the conclusion of the World Cup, and 5 of which have come from James Ward-Prowse, and the other 2 have come from Charlie Alcaraz. So in terms of our strike force, it's a bit of a worry, and that may change. It may mean that you might see Paul Nuacho actually start, but I'm guessing he's going to stick with Shea because Shea tends to work very, very hard in terms of getting back and getting the ball back in possession, which is probably why Alcaraz has got those 2 goals recently. So that's where I think it will go. I think we'll go with Bazunu in goal, with this partnership at the back. No change from in the week there. Peru and left back. James Ward-Prowse in the midfield. Kalmadine Sulemana acquisition in the January transfer window, similar to like a Alan Saint-Maximin sort of player, very quick, very pacey. So an exciting player to watch. Hopefully the Spurs fans over here will see a first half goal where Sulemana is going to whip that in. That'd be nice to see. Debut goal. That'd be great to see. But yeah, that's what I think the starting lineup's going to look like. Now, onto my score prediction. Given the fact that we've scored 20 Premier League goals all season, given the fact that we've had 7 since the World Cup, and given the fact that none of them have come from strikers, Shea Adams hasn't scored in the league since November last year, I can't go bold. I mean, I always have to back the boys and go for a Southampton win. It's just what we do on this channel. So I'm going to go for a Southampton 1-0 win. I'm going to go for, despite what I just said a moment ago, I'm going to go for a James Ward-Prowse free kick. There we go. One final mention as well. I'm looking forward to seeing Fraser Forster back at St Mary's, and I'm also not looking forward to seeing Fraser Forster back at St Mary's. He's a tremendous goalkeeper for us. Great servant for the club. Very well paid servant for the club. But many fond memories of Fraser. And I just hope the crowd give the respect that he's deserved, really. And I hope our strikers don't give him the respect he deserves. But it would be kind of poetic for maybe Ward-Prowse to equal Beckham's record against his best mate. Who knows? Who knows? Right, anyway, Chris, thanks for having me on. Enjoy the weekend, but not too much, yeah? All right, see ya.